Hello and welcome to this edition of Study with Sudhir. And on the classroom chat today, I have great pleasure in welcoming Kapil Gupta, co-founder of NEETprep.com, that prepares students for the big fat medical entrance examination in India. Kapil, thank you very much for sparing your precious time. Now,
Thank you so
NEET
much.
2020, Kapil, was known for its procrastination. When will the exams be held? The delay, the anxiety, the worry. When we now talk about NEET 2021 edition, when do you expect the exams to take place?
See, Sudhir, you have been correspondent for a long time in the field. Why do all the elections, why do all the board exams, why do all the entrance exams happen between March and June? Because monsoon sets in and it sweeps across the country and then it comes back again. So typically from June to December at 3 to 4 states are experiencing significant rainfall. And from December to March, rather from 1st December to March, it becomes very cold in some of the areas in north and northeast, right? So
Yes.
what that means is the tiner window which is there is between March to May when all these exams need to happen. Typically, NEET has happened on the first Sunday of May. I
Yes.
believe there is no reason why it should not happen on the first Sunday of May. The reality which existed this year, around which there were a lot of protests, why is NEET happening in the COVID situation? I think the situation would remain exactly the same. Students would be writing the exam with the mask on. There would be the same social distancing platforms. But I think government has communicated very conclusively that they can conduct the exam despite the fact that such a COVID situation exists right now, and it might exist by the time May comes next year. So I expect May need to happen on 2nd May 2021, which is
Okay.
the first Sunday of May.
Okay. So that's as far as the date is concerned. The other big worry for most students is given the fact that all different boards, CBSE, ISC, and different state boards have reduced their syllabus. Will NEET 2021 be also factoring in this syllabus reduction for many students?
Ideally, it can only be said after there is an official announcement from NTA, because NTA is the custodian, NTA is the exam conducting agency, right?
Yes.
But like a lot of government setups, they have their dates. They would come out with the application in December, and probably that is the time when it would be definitively known, unless they come out before that to communicate. But my sense is that if they are saying that school syllabus has been reduced and NEET syllabus has not been reduced, they are tacitly acknowledging the existence and importance of online or offline coachings, right? Which they never want to do. They seem to think that this is a malice which should not exist,
Yes.
right? And the reality is students tend to go to these places because these are make or break exams, and they want to make sure that they are prepared the best. So my assumption is if school syllabus has been reduced, at least for 2021, I'm saying at least because there is a nuance there, but at least for 2021, students could not get to study the 12th portion which has been reduced in the school. So 12th portion should not come. For 2022 aspirants, probably 11th portion would not come. And if next year also the same situation remains, so 12th reduced portion might also not come. But again, at this point of time, it is at best an educated guess. The final word has to come out of NTA, which hasn't happened till now. They should do it soon.
Right. In fact, both for NEET and JEE, that's a dilemma for most students who are going to give the 2021 exam. Now, I'll break the remaining part of our conversation to three parts. Let's now first talk about those NEET aspirants who are right now in class 12, who will have to kind of battle it with, of course, online classes and also giving the 12th class board examinations anytime after mid-February. How do they ideally prepare for an examination like NEET given the present circumstances? What are the three things you would tell them?
The first thing I would tell them is that think about it like this. Board exam and NEET exam level is not very different. Since the time NTA has come, it has conducted 3 NEET exams. The level is not very significant from the board. So I would say, if you are finding it difficult to manage your school studies, the schoolwork that is given, and NEET preparation, because NEET you have to practice multiple choice questions as well.
Yes.
Focus on class 12 chapters so that your board exam also gets covered. And simultaneously, a lot of students who are joining our online course for NEET preparation, we are telling them the same thing. don't let your 12th chapters have any uncertainty. You should finish your class 12 syllabus by 30th January, because that would help in your pre-board if they are going to happen. Practicals, I don't know how they are going to happen.
Yes.
Considering all that uncertainty, but try and finish your class 12 syllabus by 30th January. That will give you confidence for board exam. That will also give you confidence, I'm ready, and let me start revising some of the class 11th as well. But don't leave that class 12 syllabus saying to yourself, I'm preparing for NEET, I don't care about board exam. That is not a good strategy at all.
Okay, so the second category couple is of students who may not have a chance to get through the admissions as far as NEET 2020 is concerned. So for them, it's like a continuous process. They were studying till recently, they would continue to study and hopefully try to make it in NEET 2021. Point number one, do you expect the number of aspirants to jump by quite a bit in NEET 2021? And what would you tell to all those students who are kind of opting to take a chance with NEET a second time in 2021?
First of all, I don't expect a significant jump in the number of aspirants, probably 5 to 7%. It is not going to be like the jump this year. These jumps that have happened in NEET from 2016 to 2020 have largely because states have consolidated. They have taken time to consolidate all the exams that are happening inside NEET, right? For some time, Andhra, Telangana, there was some kind of leeway given. All of that has been done away with. So I think it should plateau down now, not more than 5 to 7% increase. So technically competition will not increase. Second thing is, if you gave the exam this year, you should know that we are expecting cutoff to be in the range of All India cutoff for general category to be in the range of 600, which was around 582 last year, right?
Yes.
What that means is there is data available, and we are working hard to bring that data out for last year. And I will coordinate with you as well, Sudhir, to educate, present their data to the students so that they can make informed choices. Whatever cutoffs you see for last year for whatever college you aspire to get into, whatever was the cutoff last year, add 20 marks to it. And you would know where you stand. Why it is important to know today where you stand rather than wait for the counseling to finish by around 30th November is, on 30th November, 5 months would remain in the exam in which you will have to finish 96 chapters in the NEET syllabus. That is a tough ask. So what I tell students is, All India counseling is generally online. State counseling generally requires people to be physically present. I'm sure they would take out a lot of those processes and bring them online and leave very limited part to offline piece. The complete counseling process, if you want to participate in it, should not take 10 to 12 hours. What that means is, you do that counseling, but start preparing for NEET right now if you are below 600 kind of marks, and give the required leeway with respect to OBC being 10 marks lower, EWS almost equal, SC around 100 marks lower, ST around 110 marks lower. Just do that calculation, figure out whether you stand a chance, go for counseling, but don't live in the hope that you are going to get a college if you are significantly lower than the expected cutoff. Right. The number that I said, around 600, right?
Yes.
And start preparing, because if you don't start preparing right now, an absolute panic would exist when you get to know on 5th or 10th or 15th December that you did not get in a college. Your dream is to just become a doctor and you don't have enough time left. That is the conundrum, and this is the way you can handle it.
And this is the precious time that they should ideally not waste, because that would give them a head start over the NEET aspirants who are going to appear for NEET 2020 for the first time. The third category couple is of students who are in class 11 right now. Now, how early really should the bird be in order to be in a good position to catch the worm?
Right away. And why I say that?
I thought you will say yesterday.
I was going to say yesterday, but I've been told that is not correct usage of the term. But this is the challenge, Sudhir. When students come from class 10th to 11th, there is a significant jump in the complexity and the expectation from the education system. It is not enough to cram facts. I would typically, I remember around 25 years back, 2 days before the exam, if you did good amount of effort, you would do reasonably good in the exam till class 10. You
Yes.
try and do it in class 11th and 12th, and you are going to get butchered.
Yes.
Which happens with a lot of students who are 10 CGPA, come in class 11, first unit test, 55% marks. And no one knows what happened, right? It is the same English, it is physics, chemistry, biology. What is happening? Because the system expects you to now absorb the concept, not just cram facts, and apply those concepts in either multiple choice questions in case of NEET, or even the classroom exams that are happening, the school exams that are happening, they become more complex.
Yes.
So students take their time to cross that bridge. It is high time now. They have been in it for 4 to 5 months now. They should, if they have not started preparing already, they should start preparing, considering we are talking about around 75 weeks remaining in NEET 2022, right? Not 75, I would say around 80 weeks remaining in NEET 2022 and 96 chapters. If you start preparing right now, you can prepare peacefully for 3 to 4 hours a day, and you would be easily able to complete the syllabus. Around 3 to 4 chapters every 2 weeks should be good enough. Okay. You don't start preparing right now. Call up your seniors in the school who are preparing right now for NEET 2021, and they'll tell you, you know what, don't waste your time. You will miss the time you wasted right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to say this to actually student subscribers of Study with Sudhir, also their parents, that this is a journey which is rather lonely, and I'm sure Kapil agrees there, because you really need support. You need emotional support. You, of course, need the right kind of lessons and the right kind of guidance in order to be able to tell you how to crack the exam. But often, and this is something which we have seen very close to the exams, when students kind of break down, they feel that they are not able to make it, or they will not be able to make it. So how do you at neetprep.com actually deal with these kind of rather emotional issues, where you need to do this kind of emotional hand-holding rather than just concentrate on the last minute tips?
So first of all, Sudhir, it comes down to helping students organize. It comes down to the daily routine. I said, for example, a 2022 aspirant, 3 to 4 hours a day, you need to study consistently on a daily basis. It sounds astoundingly simple. It is not that simple to implement. It requires a level of discipline. It requires a level of mental training. No one expects you to listen to what I and Sudhir are saying and become like that tomorrow. But start that journey today, right? Second thing is, don't worry too much about the exam. That is too far away. If you are going to start worrying about the exam, you would unnecessarily start feeling the pressure today. Break it down into small pieces and think about the 4 chapters you have to do in next 2 weeks. Think about it like a cricket match going on. The team has to maintain a run rate of 10 runs and over. If they are maintaining a run rate of 10 runs and over, the batsman would have a happy face. Not only the batsman, the audience watching the game on television would be extremely relaxed. Yes, my team is doing fine. As soon as you get into that mode of achieving a certain rate every 2 weeks, every week, you would do fine. The exam is not difficult. The difficult part is most of the students are not able to complete the syllabus by the exam, because either they start too late or they're not consistent with their studies. So good online course plus this organization and this discipline and consistency which is there, the exam is actually simple. 16 lakh aspirants who appeared for the exam this year, my sense is 14 lakh of them did not end up finishing their syllabus, which means they were not in the race at all. Out of remaining 2 lakh, 34,000 are going to get selected, which is a fairly good success rate, right?
Okay.
If you consider it compared to 16 lakh to 34,000, it looks like a minuscule number, but I think 14 lakh people are like India's Olympic team. They have gone to Olympics, but they know they are not going to win the medal. They have gone there for the experience. But if you complete the syllabus, you are amongst those 2 lakh, out of which 34,000 will get selected in a government college seat.
Right. So basically, ensuring a good strike rate right from the beginning is important, instead of ending up having a super over. The super over, the audience may love it, right? But you certainly are not going to like all those butterflies in your tummy. So
in this case, I just want to tell you, in this case, if the audience is your neighbors, are your well-wishers, are your parents. They are not going to love it. They are also be freaking out.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
So basically, now in an exam like this, I mean, or JEE or NEET, basically you do need the kind of counseling, you need the kind of appropriate training by people who
correct.
understand what it takes to crack the
Correct.
entire examination, right? Because many students ask me whether it's okay to also do self-study and yet manage to crack the system. Would you agree that's
Sure.
also a feasible approach?
I don't think so. I give an example that uh, in case of Hindus, for example, everything is written in Gita. Why do we call a pujari every time we need to do a Gita part at home? Because what is written and what you would understand, so that you can attempt the multiple choice questions in NEET exam, is a completely different ballgame. I have not come across any student in a government medical college who studied from books and cracked it. You can go to a physical classroom, though that option is not available right now. You can join an online course, but you need something, some good teacher who would explain the text in the level of understanding that you need to develop to be able to start attempting multiple choice questions, start applying those concepts. And I don't believe reading by books is a good strategy. I think it is an absolute bad idea. You require support to understand the text. Paper is largely going to be from NCERT, but
Yes.
NCERT is a very beautifully written book, but most of the students don't understand it. They end up cramming it. And if you cram it and try and attempt the exam, you would score very poorly. So you
So,
require a good online course right now.
so if I'm a parent and I want to kind of select a good course for my child who's aspiring for NEET, whether in 2021 or in 2022, what do I really look for? Because I mean, there are so many in the market. How do I kind of ensure that the one that I'm choosing, of course, it will be by word of mouth, a neighbor's son or daughter may have got through and he or she may recommend that. But beyond that, how do I actually check that that particular institute, given the fact that most are now online because of the present COVID circumstances,
Correct.
that particular institute has the X factor in order to be able to help my son or daughter get through?
So I will give 3 to 4 points which can be used as pointers to select which online course to select. I want to believe that specialization is important. So if an institute is offering JEE, NEET, CLAT, UPSC, everything, and they do not specialize in a specific exam in which for which your student is appearing, I would look for a specialized offering, someone who just does one exam, because exams have nuances.
Yes.
Technically, both NEET and JEE have physics and chemistry, but if a JEE teacher is teaching NEET student, it is completely unfair because it is going to be very maths heavy, and NEET aspirants are not going to be comfortable with maths. So that is one thing, specialization. Second thing is, you have to decide between you want a live course or you want a recorded course. These are the two formats that are available, right?
Yes.
I want to believe that the power of online video based learning lies in two aspects. You can learn at your own pace, you can learn at your own convenience. If your live class is from 5 to 7 in the evening, and at that point of time you are generally not in the mood to studies, that is a wastage of online learning. Online learning should be, if I'm very productive from 2 to 4 a.m. in the morning, I should be able to study at that time.
Yes.
So that is important. In my mind, if you are selecting an online course, decide whether you want a live course or a recorded course. Live course constraint is that you have to depend on the schedule given by your teacher rather than studying at your own convenience.
Yes.
The third thing that I would say is that before you decide on any course, spend 2-3 days, look at the trials available from whatever course you're selecting. So for example, in our course, out of 96 chapters in NEET syllabus, we provide videos of 10 chapters completely free, and we insist that you are not going to purchase this course till the time you commit to us that you have watched these videos. Do it with 4 or 5 players, right? And then come to a conclusion. Let the student decide. If you are a parent, you're watching this video, I would strongly recommend, your job is to pay the money. The consent, whether the course would be helpful or not, should come from the student. Student should not tell you, Papa, you are saying buy it, No, it should not be acceptable. Students should say, I watched this, I watched this, I watched this. I like this faculty. I feel comfortable with this faculty. I feel comfortable with this course. Buy me this one. These are the three things in my mind which are extremely important. Don't rush into it just based on brands,
Right.
because what I've also seen is a lot of offline classroom coachings are also offering online courses, but their specialization is not fundamentally in online.
Hmm.
And in my mind, they're not doing a very good job in online. There
Hmm.
are a lot of online options available. Shortlist 4 to 5 and then make sure that you do a proper trial before you
Yes.
come to a conclusion.
Okay, that's very useful, and I'm sure parents and students, subscribers of Study with Sudhir listening to this will actually follow this particular path, because you need to check out what's available and then take the right decision, the best decision in the interest of your child. Kapil Gupta, thank you very much for joining us here. We'll continue this series of interacting with you as the NEET results come out, the counseling sessions happen, and as we build up to the 2021 big examination, and hopefully things in the country will get better by then. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Sudhir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.